great way to go, namely of a year and a half, right? The same region called Issachar, which is another land, right? That then dwelt they there until the latter time, and now when they shall begin to come, right? So they dwelt here until the latter time, meaning basically going into the future. So they were still here. So this what Columbus was reading in the movie 1492. So that's how the 10 tribes got over here. And that's how Issachar got over here. Issachar was reading the heavens and showing Ephraim where to go, because Ephraim is the head tribe of the northern kingdom, and Ephraim was leading them over here, but Issachar was reading the heavens, because they know when you're reading the Chronicles for reading the heavens and showing and understanding the signs of which way to go. And Issachar had Ephraim subject to him in that sense, because they knew that Issachar can read the heavens. Okay? They good in math. So-called Mexicans are good in math. Okay? Good in mathematics. Okay? And they knew about the astrology and all that. They knew, but it's corrupt now. We'll get all that back in the kingdom. Okay? Esau have corrupted it. But going back to Genesis and the zodiac signs and things of that nature, we'll get all that back in the kingdom. Understand that. All that. Right? And when I was out here last week, I mentioned the word, the guy that was standing over there mentioned omnipotence, right? And it was a slip of the tongue. I didn't even realize that I said that until I watched the film, that I said omnipotent. I meant to say omnipotent, okay? Which that's in Genesis, that's in Revelation 19:6, okay? I meant to say that, which the word means all power. But like, when you out here and you debating and you going at a fast pace, sometimes a slip of the tongue occurs. But that don't mean I lost faith in the Heavenly Father and His Son. Okay? This is Genesis. I'll read that again. This is Genesis 49 and 14. Issachar is a strong ass crouching down between two burdens, South America and North America. And he saw the rest was good, and the land that it was pleasant, beautiful and lovely, and bowed his shoulders to bear, and he became a servant unto tribute. So let me look up that word servant, right? Unto tribute. So you became a forced slave, okay? When you look that word up. Unto tribute. Okay? So Issachar became a forced slave. So Jacob was telling him, look, you're going to become a slave, man, in the future. Let me see. It's in Hebrew 45:22. Right? I'm going to read the definition. It said gang, mak. That's the Hebrew word mak. Oh, he said mass. Mad. The devil said mass. Okay? Salaki. This is I read the definition. It says a gang or a body of forced labor, task workers, laborers, band, or gang, forced service, task worker, serfdom, tribute. Hey, that's it right there. That's all I gotta read. I ain't even gotta go no more. Right? Well, I'll show you the definition. I ain't even gotta go no more. Right? To prove my point. So that word tribute means forced labor. So that's what Jacob was telling Issachar, that's what he was going to become. Okay? A forced labor, man. He was going to become a slave. He was going to be forced to be a slave. First of them conquistadors, but the rest of the Edomites. Okay? And that's why these Edomites are higher Issachar, meaning he is higher, because they know and understand the prophecy. The elites, they know exactly who we are, man. They understand exactly who we are. They got 5,000 years worth of records, man. Okay? They got it. 5,000 years worth of records, which I always mention. So they know. Okay? Going back. Now, I'm finna go to Deuteronomy 33. I'm finna go to the 33rd chapter. But first, I'm finna go into the Apocrypha, right? This is Second Ezra. Second Ezra's 14:1. Second Ezra 14:1. And it came to pass upon the third day, I sat under an oak, and behold, there came a voice out of a bush over against me, and said, Ezra, Ezra, verse 2. And I said, Here I am, Lord. And I stood upon my feet. Then said he unto me, In the bush I did reveal myself unto Moses. Right? Exodus 3:8. You can check that out. And talk with him. Right? When my people served in Egypt, I sent him and led my people out of Egypt, aka bondage, and brought him up to the mount of Sinai, where I held him by a long season, verse 5, and told him many wondrous things, and showed him the secrets of the times and the end, and commanded him, saying, These words shall thou declare, and these shall thou hide. So the key is in verse 5, right? I read it again. And told him many wondrous things, and showed him the secrets of the time. The times of what? The times of when Jacob was going to go into captivity, and Jacob was going to catch all his hell, man. He showed him the end times, man. Showed Moses the end times, okay? And he showed Moses that Israel was going to get that land, Jerusalem, man. He showed it to him, okay? Verse 5 again, 2 Ezra 14:5. And I told him many wondrous things, and showed him the secrets of the time and the end, okay? And commanded him, saying, These words shall thou declare, and these shall thou hide. So some things he told Israel, and some things he couldn't reveal to Israel. Okay? But I tell you this, Moses knew how rebellious Israel was, and he knew that Israel was going to be hard-headed and go off, and the Most High was going to get them. So he knew. So he knew Issachar was going to do what they was doing. He knew that they were going to become corrupt on this side, man. So I'm going to get this in Deuteronomy and prove that Moses knew. Deuteronomy 31. And by Moses knowing, the Most High knew. Because Most High was speaking through Moses. Okay? This Deuteronomy, like Deuteronomy 31, and 26. Deuteronomy 31 and 26. Take this book of the law and put it in the side of the ark of the covenant of the Lord your God, that it may be there for a witness against you. So the ark of the covenant was hid by Jeremiah, right? Tell you that in the Maccabees. Verse 27. For I know thy rebellion and thy stiff neck. Behold, while I am yet alive with you this day, ye have been rebellious against the Lord, meaning Yahweh. And how more after my death? So Moses knew what Israel was going to do. And guess what? Moses, the Most High, speaking through Moses. Verse 28, gather unto me all the elders of your tribe and your officers, that I may speak these words in their ears, and call heaven and earth to record against them. Verse 29, for I knew that after my death ye would utterly corrupt yourselves and turn aside from the way which I have commanded you, and evil will befall you in the latter days, because ye will do evil in the sight of the Lord, to provoke him to anger through the work of your hands. Verse 30, and Moses spake in the ears of all the congregation of Israel the words of this song until they were ended. So Moses told them. Moses knew that Israel was going to go off. Okay? He knew that they was going to go off. So going back to Deuteronomy, right? Going to Deuteronomy 33. And Deuteronomy 33 and 18. And of Zebulun said, rejoice, Zebulun, in thy going out, and Issachar in thy tents. So what it was the Mayans would go to Issachar, okay? Whenever they would have ceremonies, they would blow the horn and call Zebulun to come to the tents of Issachar, okay? The Aztecs would stay in their tents, meaning the so-called Mexicans, Issachar, okay? And the Mayans, right, which is Zebulun, would go to the tents of Issachar, which are the Aztecs, okay? Which are the Israelites, okay? So it says, Deuteronomy 33:18, and Zebulun, he said, rejoice, Zebulun, in thy going out, and Issachar in thy tents, right? 19, they shall call the people onto the mountain. There they shall offer sacrifices of righteousness. So in the ancient world, they was doing that, okay? Sacrifices of righteousness, okay? But when they came over here, they became corrupt, okay? They lost their way, and Moses knew that. For they shall suck of the abundance of the sea and of the treasures hid in the sand. So the Panama Canal in that area got riches of the sea, rich natural resources, okay? So the Mayans would go to the tents of the Aztecs, and their biblical nationality, the Mayans, are Zebulun